All right, good morning, everybody. We're live and can share the link with other people around you. Okay, I think they say they are high impact news, although maybe that will be in the afternoon. So let's look at the market. So we're waiting to find a buy on gold down here because that had been a struggle. So patiently waiting for a buy either here or here. Okay, so there's a market you will buy now. I've already bought, but it struggled us this morning. Okay, it's already leaping up, sir. So you can still buy. So I can't tell you waiting now. Okay. I think the first entry stop us out because created a lot of volatility. Okay. Please, you can share the link with your friends, and I can always say, "Oh, come here for is to make money and not story." Anyone who want to learn detail, this is the month of April. Happy new month. Congratulations. First quarter was a done deal. We finished it joyfully. That's a good one. God is being faithful. Congratulations for everyone. Please, you can hear me and then you can see my screen. Just type one. Just type one on the chat box. Oh, type four. The month of April. So just type one. Don't do me April fool. Don't do me April fool. Just type one. Just type one. Can hear me and see my screen. Just type one. Like I say again, happy new month. Fourth. Oh, thank you, my daughter. Okay, so if you can hear me and see my screen, just type 444. I'm misleading you. Okay, so if you can hear me, so we can share the link to other of your friends. So let them come. Hey, Frayo, Frayo. Okay, all right. So let's go and move for market. Though I'm already in a trade, this one drag. Though I took trade this morning, right? And it was a lovely trade. And this is what I explain to people most time. You are not the owner of the market. So take the market as they are. My rule of trading doesn't matter is I first target one ratio, two risk reward. That one is very important. Because the market is what it is. I took a trade from here this morning, yes, because I normally wake up in the morning anything 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I look for better market and take. And I've discovered over the years that I do that before people even wake up. So that's the Asia session. People say they don't like trading. But I discover even especially gold this time around. So I discover when everybody actually wake up, the market get more confused, especially in this bastardized hegemony. So I think some emotions are not like actually contributing negatively to what you can say the market could be. So, and I see that I get good trade, all right, in the morning, and will have even deliver good profit, especially on gold. Will have even deliver good profits before people wake up. So I told myself there's no need. So there's no need waiting London session, New York session, and all of that. Because if you look at it now, the London session we waited for somebody who was trading his this thing will have made a lot of profits and then now struggling to see what the London session was going to do. Look at it now. So this is like a sweep already. So we should be having a selling. But I told us when it has to do with gold. So see now, but before people woke up this morning, we've already done massive profits. Yeah. Yes, that was where is it, Seth? So I think somewhere here coming. So this is the close. So the market. So like I was saying, it doesn't matter. So most time people, the way people idolize some things, they are not good. People are going to tell you something categorically. No, this thing can never be. It's not like that. Don't mind them. Oh. Do what works for you. Follow trade, right? Not waiting to say "Hey, until Felix do this." So if you look at it, it's like a sweep. So we're supposed to be selling, right, on gold. But I've already what the money I actually needed on gold today, I've made it from gold. So ordinarily, either I trade gold again today or not does not even make change anything. Okay. So but now let's go and see what can we pick. So I've said this one is just getting close to a resistance point. So I'm already on this trade. So you can buy, I don't know, let me look at it. Where is a pullback for you? Let me go to 15 minutes. Those of you on the group, we first sent the signal uh, before it went down because there was another block that market returned back to. And then maybe just for a rehearsal, we say this is how we take trade here. This is just like a rehearsal. This is not training. So I'm not doing training. So what you can do this year, okay? If you have intention of 0 point, because where it is now, let me see what's going to be if you come to your stop loss, because my own trade is already running. So if you're going to enter now 54 pips, so if you use 0.02, that is 20 cents times 20, 54. Let's do the calculation so that your account will not be impacted so much. So 0.2 multiplied by, let's say, 55. That would be 5.5. Oh, $11 is big. Oh. Haha, that means the guy has waka. So let's say zero. So divide by two. So you can use 0.01 just so that until we find the best time frame. But because I'm already in on this trade, and I'll quickly show you that why we always emphasize for people to take this scanner seriously is not far-fetched. All right. So here we come. Today, I'm not teaching, like I've said, but this trade I'm already running. So take 0.01 and just enter. So it cannot kill you. All right, 0.01. So why would now for appropriate entry? Because I'm looking at where it can still pull back to for you to find a proper entry. Do you understand? So that's GBP AUD. So 0.01. Okay. So take 0.01, just one position, especially if your account is not big. Okay. I'm already running the trade, so I'm just telling you because I've gone far. You can see where I entered from. All right. So now, why do I enter this market? It's very simple. Especially those of you who have subscribed for this scanner. If you're not using this scanner, I don't know what you wanted. I'm telling you. All right. So if you look at it, okay, let me go down to another segment of it so that we can see clearly. So let's quickly go to this segment, right? So the trade is running now. Now, so I say use 0.01 and enter. Now, so this market, this is the simple process I only tell people to enter this market through. All right. So you can see this guy is so dicey, right? When we come in the morning, I saw that okay, the market yeah. So I saw the market is a downtrend, but I see if want to start recovering. So it was a downtrend, all right? So if you look at it here, a low, a high, then a low, then before it actually clear out this one. So I'm not going detail about that. I just come to see when I came in the morning before this massive pullback was that this candle was here, meaning that he took the low of yesterday. So you may not know all of this, not important for you like that. But I just want to have an idea where is today market going? That's what they call daily bias. Okay. Are we bullish today or bearish? So ordinarily, we're supposed to be bearish since yesterday was bearish, the other day was bearish. That's how I trade, okay? This is what we call candle continuation theory. So this day was bearish, so I don't need to struggle to know that I was to be selling this day. And there are things I will do, so I don't need to start telling you that. But there's a measurement I will take and I will sell. And the measurement I will take here, I will sell. So you can see the market is very, very dicey. Because why? If I take that measurement as if it's the measurement itself that actually happened here. Okay, I'm not sure. So now this is what happened. I now went down to 4 hours. So to see the structure. So when I got to 4 hours to see the structure, see what I saw. It was seated on support. Do you get it now? It was seated on support, like this key levels. So it was seated on this key level. So that means from here, that's where I'm supposed to be buying from this zone to this zone. That was what I was looking for. So, but the unfortunate thing is that it didn't give me buy signal on 4 hours. And I've said if it doesn't give you buy signal on 4 hours, but that is the structure. So because you have to trade structure by structure, look at this sell signal, return back here, buy signal from structure to structure. So now that means I will go to 1 hour. Probably I could see the signal of 1 hour. I think I do not even see signal of 1 hour. Okay, I saw, right? But this was a challenge for me. The challenge was that I saw this signal on 1 hour. Look at the signal on 1 hour. But the challenge for me on this 1 hour is that it's not seated on support. That means the market is still even bearish by this structure now. Can you see that? So overall, let's say intermittently it was bullish. So here, high, low, high, low, high. This is a low extreme. So that means here's like a rejection for the structure. So that means ordinarily I'm supposed to look at when the market take out this now for me to now take it serious. But I just want to find a trade. So when I saw this one here, so for the purpose of demarcation for you to see where I entered from, what I did was to immediately when I came in the morning, I always tell you I come to the market around 1 a.m. and all of that. Ooh, it's like gold is pumping. Okay. So okay, that was around exactly 2 a.m. So I just went straight to 5 minutes to take my trade. Okay. This guy is resisted again. This is a bad this is a bad one. This is a bad one, seriously. So what happened was that so when I came down to 5 minutes, I got a trade. Can you see that? Very neat one. This is the signal, and this is how we take the trade. The left and right candle. So the center candle carries the signal. Then the right side candle complete the third candle should close bullish above this. And that was how I took a trade. The market is still very terrible. Can you see how do I know it's not terrible again? We are meeting another resistance. So look at 25 pips as my stop loss, right? So that was very simple. So 1:2 risk reward was here. So I took the trade and perhaps there's a resistance there. Okay. So I took the trade, 1:2 risk reward, and create an extension, right? To have more another take profit. This canal is the simplest thing. I always tell people you don't give yourself unnecessary stress. So I took it there. Okay, I took it there. And then so if you look at it, taking it there, that means I was targeting about 90 something pips, up to almost 100. So that means here already was a done deal. There's already money for me. This is about 82 pips. If I use zero point 0.1, that's $82 straight up. So my stop loss is how much? 26. If I use zero point 0.1, that's $26. So you are aware of how much you're going to lose. So now what happened? The market continued to rise, give a lot of profit. So we're waiting for a pullback normally. Now this pullback continued to struggle, but unfortunately, the pullback happened here. Now, because there was another block on that 1 hour while the market was thriving. I hope you have entered that 0.01. Uh-huh. So now this is what really happened. So I waited for the market. So from people who were already missing out, so we got this like a support, and look at it, a support, and then it traveled back. But I don't think we got the signal here. So until the market got a very serious reversal here. See, even the sell is still there, right? Very serious reversal there. So which is a confirmed sell, probably to come and target that point here. So there was a point that the market was supposed to come to, which it did inside this. So this is another block that the market was coming down to. So it did come there, and that was how I took some trade. So look at what really happened. Sorry. So when we do this, so I tell you to take 0.01 because it's still it's still very dicey because until we take out this high, we're still under serious siege. Okay, so now going back to the 5 minutes, you can see the market is really very still terrible. Okay, so this was the trade in the morning. Ordinarily, if I when you are if you pay attention and you learn very well, that trade is supposed to be enough for you. Okay, on 5 minutes there's a fair value gap. So, but I don't want to bore you with all those English. Your own is what's the simplest way of trading my market. So now 5 minutes, as the market came coming down here, no confirmatory entry, no confirmatory entry. This is the one that give us an entry. Can you see that? Uh-huh. So this is our entry. So ordinarily, that's why I always advise people when you are following one instrument, follow it to the core so that you make the money that's available there. Trying to manage two instruments at a time, especially day trading and scalping, can be bothersome. So this ordinarily was an entry. This was an entry because this is the signal, say buy. So this was an entry. And for people who give a buffer to their trade, they go below this because they say this one is already protected. So, but for some of us, just below this now. So how many? So still about 20 something pips because this guy is very volatile. So 1:2 risk reward. So 1:2 risk reward is almost getting done. So 26 pips, 26 point something pips. So to make about 52.8 pips. So now this is the only thing that is holding us back. If we get out of this point, then that's high. Ordinarily, when you trade like this and you get this, it's supposed to be your target. But the rule is take your 1:2 risk reward first so that you can arrive early while you trail other position. Now, there's a little challenge here. So this challenge we're going to have here, two things bound to happen. So then the market drift down and still give another entry, which is another one here. If the person so desire and still put the stop loss at that point. Now we are here. This is not because this is supposed to close below this. It only swept it. So what will happen is that if we have a pullback, a massive pullback, that was what I told you to take just 0.01 so that even with the stop loss, if you come back to where this market is, you don't lose more than $5. So but give and take, if you pull back, maybe come to fill this gap. Okay. This is like professionally now. You have entered with your scanner. So if you're in here, you bother not with nothing. So you just allow the trade to run. So if you come back here now and enter into this fair value gap, so this is 5 minutes, okay? So I'm not telling you this to cram it. If you want to learn more, when you come into, if you're on our ecosystem on PBS Club, you learn. We have training for you. Okay, so why I'm telling you to take 0.01. So when you pull back and mitigate this fair value gap and tap into this other block and it give a rejection, you can now add more to your position. So you have it on your chart, you can, but the 0.01 you took, make sure that the stop loss is still here. That's the stop loss will be 1.91104. I take it again. 1.9, so 1.90, 1.911, okay, so also say 1.91096, please. 1.91096 as your stop loss. So if the market come here, reject here, that's a with a low wick, then you are adding to your position and then still put the stop loss there, all right, and pairs up. So if we get up to this point, so you still do 1:2 risk reward. Okay, so it's going to do, you can see that it's a rejection that is happening here. My profit will have reduced and stuff like that. So let's go to gold. Gold must have, so this is one thing about gold. Oh, see us. You can see gold. Okay, I think I had the position still on gold. So let me go back to this point so that we can find some good stuff on gold now. I'm going to go to 1 minute. No story, no story. It should just give us entry. We take it because we call it scalping and trading. Gold did very well this morning. So if you see a lot of places where I've waited for gold somewhere here. So you can see what I told you. I think where is this on the first, the midnight. So from here. So that was a fantastic retest on 15 minutes for gold. So let's just go to 3 minutes. So we want to find entry. Now, I think gold has now built a kind of support for itself because we're looking that it could come back to all of this point, but it's now building a layer by layer of support for itself. So perhaps refusing to come down to this point. So let's go to 1 minute so that we'll be able to. I want us to get a trade, even if it's how many pips. Okay. Then while we're talking, gold was somewhere here, 17. That's when he gave this. Now, this is not my type of trade. Okay, so let this can. Oh, no, don't even need to close. So, so let's look at this for gold. So, stop loss. So, sell gold maybe with 0.01. Exactly, your account is small. Those of us who have like this, what's it called? Yesterday, our network messed up, but the signal, how many of us took that signal yesterday? Because the signal bought very well. Many of us, and it never go below that. I think I can remember, something 4, something 6 6. It was revolving around 8, 6 8, 6 7, and didn't come down to. How many of us took that trade yesterday? Some people say they made a mistake. So, since you have sold, like I said, your stop loss should be 4737. That should be your stop loss. Now, look at it. Do you know that where I ask you to enter the trade from now? So why we use what we call institutional grid level, it gives us very just that not everybody are many people don't know how to handle it. And that's what I discovered. Many people don't know how to handle that institutional grid level. It's a massive something, but I just decided to remove it because of not everybody understand the complexity, right? So sometimes when their charts scatter, they don't know how to rearrange it back. But like this zone by zone kind of key level, it make a lot of sense. It's easier for both beginner, intermediate, any type of traders and all of that. Now, if I add that into this place, you are going to see some wonders, and it gives so much confidence when you get a trade. All right, yes, when you get a trade, it gives so much confidence that where you are taking your stop loss from, where you are taking your profit, and all of that. If I so, but there's no need. So you are putting now. So now this is what I want to say. From where we entered from, you can see it's just the redialing. Now from where we entered from, we are still struggling there. So we'll come back, maybe reject again at the level. But if it does not reject, that means it's going to stop you out. So let's see. That's the issue. The market is chubby, right? And then I can tell you tomorrow that since gold have been sideways some level, so what it just did now, for some people who know what they are doing in scalping, what it just did now is 30 pips from where we entered from. It did 30 pips. Now, for we, what we target is minimum of 50 pips. So that means your first take profit was supposed to be here. Yes, here, just here. It's just supposed to be here. Your second take profit supposed to be here. So your second take profit, because we save multiple of 50s. So your second take profit is supposed to be somewhere here. So that means if give and take the market actually could go down to this point, that's going to give you 138 pips if you eventually get there. Now, why do you now take profit there ordinarily? Because I hope any of us follow the trade I say told everybody to enter. I hope you did enter. So let's check it quickly because it's not my thing to make us enter to trade at a go. Just that gold is our best instrument and it's faster. So let's go there. I ask you to enter this and say, "Oh God, he must have left you behind." Oh. So let's go to 5 minutes. You see now why I told you to enter even if 0.05. At least you can hold it so long as possible. You see, we're waiting for the market to come down and fill this fair value gap. It did not. So now, sometime while you are waiting for, except it's a total structure trade. If you are doing a totally structured trade, then you have to wait. But if it's like conditions like this, maybe like gold or markets just somehow dicey and all of that, if you wait for the total structure, it will not come there. I'm telling you, that's what gold have been doing since morning. There's a chart I sent on the group that let's wait for it here. Since that time, I've taken trade almost 4 times on gold while waiting for that point. So where I say you should wait for here, and I say take a DCA entry. That DCA will continue to run, but I say let it be small lot size. And then your stop loss will still be here. Now, what do we say? The market pull back into this, and we said into this, and below that is that other block here that the market pull back to here and reject. You want to now what? You want to add to, but you never did, so you didn't add. But take note of something. Once you break this key level, is this key level that's we told you in its journey. Once you break this key level, it has another one. And I told you once you take out this, if you break it and pull back, perhaps if you break this, that may take the market to somewhere here. Now, so the pullback may return back to somewhere here. So you will not have this place not to be filled immediately. So you have to understand. So at that point, you are adding. So, but for now, you just took that position. So leave that position as well. So let's go back to what gold is doing. So, uh, where are you? Okay, let's go to 1 minute. So we are still waiting for gold, right? Yes. Okay, we are waiting for the gold we sold. So I told you that gold, right? Say gold here. What do we say here? Okay, so where we entered from, we say to this point. Which point is this? This is 4724. 4724, yeah, 4724.06 is already 50 pips. Just call it 474724 is already 50 pips. Okay, so that if gold come there, so if you as you enter the sell and put your stop loss there, so how many pips going to be? That's about 87 pips. You can see why we tell people, because if your money is not much, you can see why we tell people to open micro account, okay? So that even when you are going to lose, though when you open micro account, it's going to be a little drop of water to be coming slow, slow, slow because of the type of account it is. Okay, so but it impact on your account negatively will not be much because the whole thing, if imagine if I even use zero point 0.1, so if you get me out, it's going to be 8 something cent, which is mild. Uh-huh. But imagine if I use zero point 0.1 on a account that is not big, except if I'm trading prop firm. If I'm trading prop firm, so even if you lose 30, $100, $100, $50, $200, not too much, depending on the size of that prop firm. So you can see now the guy is struggling. Meanwhile, we have a lot of points of interest that the market or area of focus that the markets are supposed to come back to. So, but he's just struggling it up to now, and then so that's what will happen. Okay, so I've said I'm not here for teaching, perhaps it's just to find a trade. Okay, so while these ones are struggling themselves, you have put your stop loss. The other one, you have put your stop loss. The only additional job you have to do on that one is that you are looking for you are looking for an opportunity. So you are looking for an opportunity to add to your position. So I'm sure that one you are running on profit, though it's small. I don't know how many of you entered because I told you to enter. So though it's small, because I was already in the on the trade before we start live. Those of you on PBS uh, PBS Club, you're supposed to be in that trade because I brought it and I say I'm re-entering back and all of that's supposed to be there. So it's now your job to monitor back and be able to find an entry to it again. How many of you are in that trade? Please let me know. How many of you are in that trade? That is GBP AUD. Many of you are in it. Nobody is in it. It shouldn't be. Remember, here I'm not teaching. I only come for show people to make money. All right. So it's not teaching. It's practical. I take trade. You will see how I take it and all of that. So good. I want to stop us out. And another thing I will tell everybody is that when you take a trade and the trade is not going your way, you have already put stop loss. Don't remove it. Don't it's not going my way. Or you want to stop me out. That's why you put stop loss. If you hit your stop loss, it's not a problem. You have this is the point that you always hear that put the amount of money you can afford to lose. It's not applicable to your total equity for trading. It's applicable to the particular amount you put in a trade. Like as you find an entry, so how much are you ready to lose now per trade? That's all we talk about amount I can afford to lose. So that's when you now say, okay, that's what determine so where we use this bull to check how much would that be if we hit my stop loss. So you're already aware if the market so gold want to hit our stop loss at all cost. So that means can see at the end of it, so it's going back up to this. I'm sure we are stopped out. I think so. How much was the stop loss we set here? So if we are stopped out, so you stay with your GBP AUD. So you are looking for more additional position. One of the things that you can see this live session is not a time you can have meaningful reasoning like that because you want to find a trade, and of course, a lot of things, a lot of factors will be together. So you can see the market came down and then jump up again, just dilly dialing, all of that. In the money time, we always find a very fantastic, what at least better off since the network. The network did not disturb us again today. Like those funny network did not disturb us again. So let's look. Okay, I think there's no need looking for another instrument. Stay on that instrument and check what I ask you to check. All right, so that because I wanted to check another one and then just basically just focus on identifying any entry point. Okay. because Euro USD and GBP USD have done wonders today already. They've done massive stuff. So it's unfortunate, it may be small money you will make today if you enter that trade, like I said, 0.01, because I saw that where you put your stop loss is still wide. And that's why I ask you to use 0.01. Anyway, depend on how much account are you trading with. So if you are trading with $1,000, so you can take more than that because we're seeing about how many pips? Was it 50 something pips we saw? 50 some, I can't remember. Well, we enter somewhere here, so I say enter with 0.05. So I think we saw 50 something pips. I can't remember. So, but I was calculating that if you use 0.02, that was going to give you $11 stop loss. When I say divide by two, that would be 5 point something dollars. So, which is not, it's not too much on $100. So, but you do know that that trade, if all things being equal, I've told you what we need is let this instrument, right, break this, that is its first barrier, and take out this high. Once able to break it and take out this high, then the journey will be smooth. But if it does not break this, if it break this and does not take out this high, the journey is not yet smooth. So this one, we want a retest here. That's why we do a very small one. So retest is when it come back to this fair value gap, must reject, not that it come back and invalidate it. If it come back and smash it, then I'm not entering. I have to wait for confirmation. So it's very, very important. Okay, so I think that if you can monitor, you can be in good order. So let me look at, okay, so Euro USD have done massive today. Serious, massive stuff. Euro USD have done massive today. Let's check. So those of you on PBS Club, always pay attention because that's why you're on the group. I send signal when the signal open, not just randomly. All right. I didn't send signal randomly. I send some people just say, okay, I need to have a signal. No, if you just want to have a signal, you are going to be forcing yourself into a trade, which does not really make sense. I've already sold Bitcoin, but it's still very fragile. All right. I've already sold Bitcoin, but it's still very fragile. And you ask me, Felix, why do you sell Bitcoin? Though it's still very fragile, is that Bitcoin, though, you have a structure that it was going down even on 4 hour time frame. So your 4 hour time frame is your structure. So let me just quickly show us. Maybe if you pull back, you could find an entry. So, but as I just entered, come up here. Okay, so let me check from here. I sold Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, GBP UD you are in. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. I want to show us the Bitcoin BTC. What's going on? I think it's just hanging. That's a serious one. If network did not misbehave so the afternoon times misbehaving, right? If the network did not misbehave, if it still misbehave today, then that would be a very bad one. That would be a very bad one. That yeah, the network, the system, and everything don't want people to have access to our live session, which to help people. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still being heard? Please, if you can still hear me, just type 222 on the chat box, please. If you can still hear me, as I type 222 on the chat box. So funny. I think there's so much low on this system. The system will even be hating me. Say, Felix, you're a bad person. Hello, can you see hear me, everybody? If you can see hear me, just type 222 on the chat box. If you can see me, can see I'm still being heard. Type 222 on the chat box. Thank you. Type 222 on the chat box. Type 222 on the chat box if you can still hear me. Please type 222 on the chat box. If you're not typing, I will assume that I'm not being heard and I may call it today. If there's no one type any message, I may have to call it today. So nobody is hearing me. That's what we say. Because I cannot see 222. That means no one is hearing me. Oh my goodness. So I was talking to myself. Oh my goodness. This network is not helping us. Oh. Or my software, sorry. I add position. Remember, I said when it come down here, I added position. Ah, shit. I didn't know that you guys didn't hear me. I added position on that trade. And I say still put the stop loss. All right. I added position in that place. I was only say wait for this market to come here, and now it came there, and I added a position, and I say the stop loss still put it where you put the first one. Take profit. You can leave it open or target one ratio to risk reward. Okay, if you look at it here, so you can target that bit here, 1.92479, 1.92479, 1.92479 as take profit. The stop loss to be in that place, 1.91119 or so. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think we're calling it a day right now. Thank you very much. Do have a nice day.